The old leather-bound sketchbook wasn't hers. Clara had found it tucked beneath a rain-soaked bench in Regent's Park, its pages warped, but the charcoal drawings inside miraculously intact. She probably should have taken it to the lost and found, but something made her hesitate. It was the sheer intimacy of the sketches, fleeting moments, forgotten corners of the city, faces lost in crowds, all rendered with a sensitivity that made her breath catch. There was a particular recurring subject, a small, slightly chaotic coffee shop called the Wandering Bean, its window always steamy, its patrons captured in candid, thoughtful poses. For a week, the sketchbook became Clara's secret companion. She traced the lines with her fingers, imagining the artist, a phantom presence she felt she was getting to know page by page. There was no name, no contact, just the initials L.V. scrawled almost illegibly on the inside cover. She found herself drawn to the Wandering Bean, a place she'd never noticed before, though it was only a few streets from her flat. She started going there for her morning coffee, hoping, foolishly perhaps, that L.V. might be a regular. Days turned into a couple of weeks. Clara would sit with her latte, the sketchbook open on her lap, comparing the drawings to the actual bustling café. She'd almost given up hope when one Tuesday, a voice beside her said, "You know, I always thought that window looked best on a foggy morning." Clara jumped, nearly spilling her coffee. Standing beside her table was a man, perhaps a few years older than her, with kind eyes and a smudge of charcoal on his cheekbone. He was looking not at her, but at the open page of the sketchbook, a drawing of the very window he'd mentioned, condensation artfully rendered. I found this," she stammered, her heart suddenly hammering. A slow smile spread across his face. "I wondered where that had got to. I'm Leo Vance." He gestured to the initials, L.V. Clara felt a blush creep up her neck. "Clara? I'm Clara. I meant to hand it in, but the drawings." "You liked them?" he asked, a hopeful note in his voice. "Liked them? They're incredible," she said, meaning every word. "It's like you see the soul of the city." Leo pulled up a chair, his gaze lingering on the sketchbook, then on her. "I lost it on a particularly bad day. Rain, a missed deadline. I thought it was gone for good. Thank you for keeping it safe." They talked for an hour that morning, about art, about London, about the stories hidden in plain sight. London heard Val, freelance illustrator, always searching for inspiration. Leo learned Clara was a junior editor, always searching for compelling narratives. He confessed that the Wandering Bean was his outdoor office, the place where his characters came to life. When Clara finally had to leave for work, Leo walked her to the door. "You know," he said, that charming smudge still on his cheek, "I have a new sketchbook. It feels a bit empty. Perhaps you'd like to help me fill a page or two sometime. Maybe show me your favorite forgotten corner of the city?" Clara's smile was radiant. "I'd like that very much, Leo." As she walked away, she didn't look back, but she could feel his gaze. The city, once a backdrop to her solitary life, suddenly felt vibrant, full of untold stories. And she knew, with a certainty that settled deep in her heart, that the most beautiful story of all was just beginning, sparked by a lost sketchbook found on a rainy day.